The Bill Parcells Report brought to you by Benzel Bush Motor Car in Englewood, New Jersey, and Audi Meadowlands in Secaucus, and Advanced Radiation Centers. Bill, Michael, and Don, how you doing today?
I'm doing well. How you doing?
We're doing great. Your book is coming out. It's making big news in New York, as you probably know by now. And it kind of leads us into tonight's action, Jets against the Patriots. And you wrote about the fact that you were not that thrilled with Belichick and Charlie Weiss. Can you expound a little bit more about that period in time and how upset you were when those two left?
Well, I wasn't. It wasn't. They weren't in the same category. You know, Bill and I had worked together for a long time. We had kind of a deal with the Jets. Mr. Hess, he was going to be my successor, and then he wanted to get out of that. So, you know, we eventually let him out, but there was a price to be paid for it. And, you know, I had a responsibility to the organization to try to get something.
Right.
And, you know, they'd gotten 4 draft choices for me to go down there. So we tried to get a couple of them back. And, you know, that worked out fine. Bill's done well, and, you know, we have a good relationship, so there's no problem. The other guy, you know, he testified against me, so, you know, I've gotten by that, and I've seen him since, but, you know, my dad used to tell me when someone shows you what they are, you believe them.
So I guess every circumstance is different, Coach, but, you know, how difficult is it to be a defensive coordinator, be the other guy, and then get that opportunity? Is it intoxicating sometimes to want to go someplace else, to break free of the guy that mentored you and the guy that maybe got a lot of the credit while you guys were together?
Well, certainly, but you know, he'd done that once already, and you know, I was the one that encouraged him to come back on our staff, and you know, he did, and he did a great job for me all the time. So, you know, I have a high regard for Bill. Certainly what he's accomplished, his record speaks for itself. But I understand the thing is, when you're young, sometimes, you know, your ambition is gets ahead of your loyalty once in a while. And, you know, I guess all of us went through that. As you get a little older, that kind of reverses itself.
It's interesting, though, Bill, because when you left the Patriots, you weren't comfortable with the new owner, and I guess he felt the same way because he thought he was going to be the coach for Hess. Do you understand the similarities?
Yeah, but when he's, you know, we both signed a contract with the respective clubs.
Right.
You know, my contract had expired, so, you know, I was free to do it.
How surreal was that day? Because you have a press conference, everybody's sitting there expecting him to be introduced as the head coach of the Jets, and then, you know, he's not going to be the HC of the NYJ. How surreal
and
that
I was there,
for you?
Bill. It looked like a guy that was unraveling.
It was a little surprising to me, the whole turn of events, but, you know, once you know where it's going, then you just deal with it. And, you know, that's what coaches learn to do. You're trained to do that. Okay, these are the circumstances now. How can we best make the best of this circumstance? So that's what we tried to do. Was it perfect? No, but that's what we tried to do.
You know, it was interesting, and I mean, I can't wait to read the whole book. I just read the excerpt today in SI, is that, you know, Woody Johnson got approval to buy the team right then, and then you had kind of, you know, a phone hello, and I don't know if something clicked, but you had stepped down as a coach before all this happened. Did you like Woody, and did you think at all about trying to coach again?
No, I didn't think about trying to coach again. You know, I really didn't. Now, you know, things change as a couple years go on. You change your mind on things. But, no, you know, I didn't really get to know Woody very, very well.
Mm-hmm.
And it's, you know, Mr. Hess was someone special to me. I enjoyed being with him very much, and he had a really good outlook on things, and so. But you know, it was kind of a little bit of a difficult situation, and we just all had to try to do what we thought was right.
All right, well, good luck with the book. I can't wait to read it. And another story that's come out that's not in the book, but Gary Myers wrote about it, is that someone within the Jets organization was encouraging you to draft Tom Brady. What can you tell us about that?
Well, I can tell you that I have no absolutely no recollection of that. And, some of these scouts, it had to be a scout, some of these scouts, now that Brady has been a monumental success, they kind of revisit their opinion. But don't forget, there was 198 teams past him. He was the 199th pick, right?
Yep.
Am I correct?
Yep.
I'm not sure that's the right number, but I know it's close to that.
Certainly sixth round.
198 other teams had a chance to draft this guy. And so I don't even remember ever hearing his name from anyone in the Jets organization. So I don't know who that was that said it, but I can tell you, no one ever told me to draft Tom Brady.
Now, in the story, is a guy, I don't remember his first. The guy's last name was K. No relation to me. Do you remember a scout named K?
Yeah, Jesse K.
Yeah.
I know what he was. You know. And I had a high regard for him, so I think I would have remembered if he'd have mentioned that.
All right, let's talk about tonight's game. Bad weather, who does that play in favor? It's been raining all day today. I'm not sure if it's going to be raining during the game, but it's kind of unpleasant and brusque and brisk there. What do you think plays in favor? What team?
Well, I think the elements are a great equalizer. I think the worse the weather, the better it is for the Jets, because the Patriots are a little more dynamic offensively, and when the elements get involved, particularly if there's wind and rain and it's wet and people having trouble holding on to the ball, if that's the case, that's a great equalizer. So I think that would play into the Jets' hands. They have an ingredient that not a lot of teams have. They can pressure you up the middle with some of their better players. Wilkerson comes to mind first. And that's one of the keys to trying to combat the efficiency of Tom Brady, is to try to get to him up the middle. And that's where the real problems start to happen, is if someone can do that.
See, I have faith they can slow down Tom Brady. My question is, can they score? Can they put some points up on the board tonight?
I don't know. Doesn't look like it. I thought the Jets played much better last weekend.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the score, the last play of the game, I put that one away. You can't discount it, but I put it away. But, one touchdown with the ball in the fourth quarter, I don't think there's any Jet fan prior to the game that wouldn't take that. Wouldn't have taken that. So, that's the way it was. They had a chance to actually tie the game. And it wasn't a great chance, but they did have that chance. So I thought they played better last week.